everybody. We have some breaking news to tell you about right now. Governor Charlie Baker is about to speak about today's storm and the state's plan. Let's listen in.
The Commonwealth obviously is bracing for the second nor'easter to hit our state in less than a week. The Lieutenant Governor and I, along with members of our cabinet, just met with MEMA officials, utility companies, and the Red Cross to discuss recovery efforts in our coastal communities from last week's storm. Many towns are still dealing with flooding and damaged seawalls and infrastructure, and about 700 homes are still dealing with power outages. That's down, by the way, from 450,000 on Friday night. MEMA has been in constant communication with cities and towns, assisting them with heavy equipment and other resources over the last several days to reinforce seawalls and roads and to help with debris clearance. Since the end of last week, MEMA has provided support across eastern Massachusetts, including over 10,000 sandbags, many storm barricades, high water rescue vehicles, pallets and pallets of bottled water, and front-end loaders. We're also working with towns along the coast to help them rebuild the damaged seawalls and other critical infrastructure on an emergency basis. Last week, we fast-tracked the permitting process, which allows towns to cut through some of the red tape around these construction projects to do the work that needs to be done right away. And we were also ready to send out more heavy equipment to help rebuild these barriers after today's storm. MEMA and the Red Cross are finalizing plans to open 2 resource recovery centers to support disaster survivors following last week's storm. The core mission of these recovery centers will be to help the hundreds of people who lost their homes and everything in them get back on track. Each resource recovery center will help with insurance claims, federal assistance, and other services that are available to people. They'll be staffed by representatives from key state agencies like DTA, DHD, DCF, and private nonprofits like the Red Cross and the Salvation Army. Based on the input from impacted coastal communities, we plan to open a center in Quincy on Thursday and to open a second center in Marshfield on Saturday. Further details and locations will be announced later today. We continue to ask folks to call 211 for help with any emergency services you may need. We're also paying careful attention to the storm that began earlier this morning. The storm's unique as it will create different weather challenges for every region of the Commonwealth. High snowfall totals in the Berkshires and Worcester Hills, hazardous driving conditions in Central Mass, Western Mass, and all roadways starting at Route 128 and heading west, and a risk of scattered power outages and minor to moderate coastal flooding along the coastline. Because of the track of the storm, everyone should expect a long and challenging commute home this evening due to the rapid snowfall that will start mid-afternoon. For anyone who lives or works west of Route 128, I want to reiterate what our office put out last night. Beginning early this afternoon and lasting into the evening, driving will become treacherous and you need to plan ahead and be very careful. It's expected that at some points we may have snow falling at a rate of as much as 2 or 3 inches an hour. This will lead to whiteout conditions as far east as Boston and potentially across the western and northeastern part of the state. The rate of snowfall will be as quick as 2 or 3 inches an hour. Please avoid driving in these parts of the Commonwealth if at all possible so that plows can do their work. We debated whether or not I would say this next line. I didn't want to, others told me I should. Don't crowd the plow. Given the heavy, wet nature of this snow, some areas could also experience power outages. Utility companies and mutual aid partners are staging crews throughout the region to respond to these outages, and residents are reminded to stay away from down lines, assuming that all lines are active, and report any outages to their utility companies and to their local emergency officials. While lower snow totals and a mix of rain are forecast for eastern Massachusetts, folks still need to travel carefully, utilize public transportation if they can, and plan ahead and presume that this evening's commute will be slow and at times difficult. Along the shore, we expect to see wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles an hour and some minor to moderate coastal flooding from Salisbury and along Cape Ann down to Hull and southern Plymouth County. We also anticipate continued beach erosion on the ocean side of the Cape from Wellfleet south to Chatham. And while we will not see the same level of astronomically high tides we saw last week, we'll all be closely monitoring the minor to moderate flooding that we expect when the tide does come in and the storm surges. Mass DOT crews have been preparing all morning with over 200 pieces of equipment treating the roads. The MBTA will run its regular weekday service on the red, orange, blue, and green lines on Wednesday and Thursday. Due to the timing of the storm, the MBTA is advising customers to plan ahead and to allow for additional travel time on Wednesday evening today and again tomorrow morning. Tonight, the MBTA's emergency crews will be on standby to remove falling debris on the tracks and to we'll keep trains running throughout the evening. More on that from the T and Mass DOT in a moment. Please be smart, especially when you're planning your commute home today, and stay off the roads during the height of the storm this afternoon if you can, so that our road crews can get out and do the work they need to do to clean up. Over the weekend, the Lieutenant Governor and I visited many communities that were hit hard by the winter storm Riley. We saw the damage that was done to so many homes and businesses and understand that the past few days have been extremely difficult for hundreds of people who've been displaced or without power. Our administration is continuing to support everyone and is committed to do what we need to do to help people get through this recovery process. And if you need help or don't know where a shelter is, I would once again ask you to call 211 or visit mass211.org.